What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Captain Price with Captain Price Reacts, and today we gon' be watching Jubilee. Do Jubilee employees have crushes at the office? So if you're new to the channel, go ahead, like, subscribe, and turn notifications. And oh yeah, hit that link in the description. Oh yeah, another thing. Be free to comment, recommend videos that you want me to see. I will be free to watch them, because, yeah, just send it to the link. I said the link. Send it to my Gmail. Not my Gmail. Golly. My IG. That's what I meant to say, my IG. And yeah, and I'll be free to watch them on stream. I said on stream. On the video. Make a video about it. So, yeah, let's go and get into this video, though. This Jubilee y'all like be on point.
Strongly agree. Strongly disagree. Somewhat agree.
Somewhat disagree. I would agree. Disagree.
Hello, my name is Shayna Whitman, and I am the editor of this episode of Spectrum Jubilee
She can get it.
Employees. This has become a tradition here at Jubilee over the years. We have certainly grown as a company over the last year, and with that, so have our ideas and opinions. In this episode, you'll be able to hear what Jubilee employees really think about things like this.
I feel like in every single person at Jubilee, I would kiss them for a different reason.
And this.
Jubilee will still be around in 50 years.
I believe it.
And also, this is your friendly reminder to be kind in the comments because
sometimes the comments can be pretty brutal and mean.
So buckle up because you're in for a real treat.
Oh, shoot.
I have had a crush on someone in the office. 3, 2, 1.
Define crush.
You define crush.
Wow, strongly disagree. Really?
My girlfriend's watching this. I can't. I'm taken, ladies. I can't be messing with this. So strongly disagree.
I feel like there's a lot of people who when they start at Jubilee, you're like, oh, they have a very attractive personality and they're very attractive, but it's gotten to the point where I'm like, oh, me and this person should date or something. I think friend crushes happen a lot at Jubilee. I had a friend crush on Zach when he joined.
Can you guys do this in private, maybe?
I'm definitely on somewhat disagree because of friend crushes,
I didn't know that counted.
I think you guys are being so diplomatic by saying friend crush.
Yeah.
Come on, we don't want to know about friend crush. We want to know about actual crush.
Feelings of desire can kind of be ambiguous of whether or not it's platonic or if it's something more than that.
I think I'm a 23-year-old single woman in LA. I'm just checking out everyone all the time. I love to check people out, and the qualities of the people that work at Jubilee, a lot of emotionally intelligent people, a lot of sensitive, soft people. These are my favorite types of people. So I feel in every single person at Jubilee, I would kiss them for a different reason. They all have qualities that you don't like that, Steven. You don't like the way I said that.
I wouldn't kiss.
It doesn't have to be between us. Never. Yeah. You're the one person I don't have a crush on, Steven.
I love reading the comments. 3, 2, 1.
She always on the strongly disagree or the disagree part so far. What the fuck?
No, I don't bother with the comment section. Sometimes they're funny, but sometimes people are just mean, and it makes me lose faith in humanity a little bit to see so much very specific cruelty.
I kind of agree with that sometimes the comments can be pretty brutal and mean. But I think as a director, sometimes I get pretty good feedback from comments because people have good suggestions about different topics or how the video could have been better with maybe a few different prompts or different casts. So it's not that I take everything seriously, but it's one of my guilty pleasures also.
I think it's also just a really good way to see if the content that we're even making even resonates with our audience.
If we didn't look at the comments, we'd probably just evaluate our videos by the views, which there are so many videos that don't get a lot of views, but are some of the videos that we're most proud of.
Yeah, I'm on the same wavelength. I think we create content for our audiences, so it's always good to know what we think we're doing right and what we may be doing wrong. And because I have been in like a few little videos, Brandon showed me this one website where you could search up like specific topics. So I always look for my name because I want to know what people think about me. I want to be liked.
Going off of Milky's point, I can definitely attest to like checking the comments to make sure we're doing a good job. As an editor, I put a lot of jokes in that sometimes I'm worried will go over the audience's head or like they just won't get it. Like humor is different from that of the audience. So it's a process of like learning what the audience likes in terms of jokes, also making sure we, are hitting our targets in terms of like what the video is about. Are we engaging our community in the right way? There are also instances of like people like doxing people in the comments that I think we do have a responsibility to look out for.
And our channel is left-leaning, so a lot of people who have opinions that are right-leaning, they definitely are under attack.
Yeah.
There's so many videos.
I think we have to be really cognizant of like tunnel vision and just like the echo chamber of the same.
Pause. With this subject right here, a lot of people, I'm glad I did because it's about to go into the next subject. A lot of people have their own opinion on a lot of things. Me in general, I like watching Jubilee because it gives me an eyesight on a lot of different things. It could be different categories, different cultures, different beliefs, different ways to go about a relationship. How it's a lot of stuff that I like about Jubilee. It ain't because, to be honest with you, I didn't even know about them until Gideon. I watched Gideon react to one. I was like, damn, this pretty. I like this. That's why I started putting it on a reaction channel. If I wasn't doing YouTube, I probably watched it. I probably would watch something like this, like on my free time. I do watch a lot of stuff, just like Blank Tate. I watch him a lot. Do I agree on everything he says? No, but it's like a 50-50 with him. Like it's like he's just hard with his words, but a lot of stuff is true. But there's a lot of stuff I watch, off stream. So yeah, let's get back into this.
This is saying the same thing.
Yeah.
No topic or identity should be off limits on our platform. 3, 2,
The topics are good on the platform. I ain't even gonna lie.
Part of why I fell in love with Jubilee and why I like working here is because we do take the time to show both sides, even if it is stuff or from people that I normally wouldn't agree with, because if I don't know how the other side thinks and I don't know what is causing them pain, I don't know how to win them over. And if I don't know how to win them over, then I can't hope for a better world. Changing minds is important.
I do think our whole mission is to help create understanding on different points of views, but there are definitely some points of views that I feel are overly negative, things that could be related to hate crime provoking conversation.
But that also depends on how we showcase that content, right? How we represent them. I think we should cover all topics and there's nothing off limits, because at the end of the day, I do think nobody's born good or bad. It's the choices that defines who they are. I think only if we try to explore topics that make us uncomfortable can we create less divide amongst people. Of course, there would be a lot of responsibility for us as a company to make sure that the opinions of the people are their opinions and Jubilee doesn't endorse anything like that. I think.
Let's do another pause right quick. I know this sounds very unmatched. This is what I want one of y'all to do. If y'all ever watch this video, and you get right here, you halfway through the video, remember what I said. If you make a TikTok of clips of me acting the way I be doing my videos and stuff, some of this shit be funny. How I act on camera is how I act in real life, if not worse. Yeah. So it's at the end of the day, if you want to make a TikTok or something, influence help a brother out. All means necessary. I am not going to press copyrights because I'm on TikTok for whole other reasons. I'm not on TikTok for my reactions. I don't know how to do it, and plus I will want to help generate somebody else success with my and bring it a 50-50 deal. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, if y'all, I will never copyright y'all. If y'all end up clipping me and make a bunch of TikToks about me, I would never copyright y'all. You know, if it was YouTube and understands it mess with leave, I'm gonna strike you. But other than that, TikTok's straight good gold, you know. So yeah.
Fine.
I think just that a lot of misinformation can be spread, and I know that we are very popular on like platforms like Facebook, and a lot of older people may get their news from Facebook, and they may like cherry pick like this clip, this moment, and like that could be incredibly influential to a huge amount of people.
I think it's important to remember also that platforming is not endorsing. You know, just because we put something on our platform doesn't mean we agree with it.
Yeah,
That's why we have something like a verbal disclaimer on Middle Ground now. Yeah, come on over.
But I think overall, this is maybe just a larger conversation about censorship and like what we believe should be said and not said. And I think that's what a lot of private companies are kind of considering now too, which is why like, you know, Twitter banned Trump and same with Facebook. I wonder if these big corporations are doing that to protect the overall good of people. I feel like we should, in a way, follow suit and be really considerate of the people that would, our audiences that would be watching our videos.
I feel like I could honestly be on that side with you both, but I'm coming at it more from like the business perspective of the fact that like our content lives on YouTube, and we are kind of like at the mercy of the content guidelines of YouTube. So like if there's some sort of topic or perspective that is gonna get us like flagged to get demonetized, that's messing with the livelihoods of all the people that work for this company. That's where I'm more so coming from, if it's more so in terms of a business longevity perspective.
I need a raise. 3, 2, 1.
It's a YouTube
I
channel.
was gonna go like strong. I was
Too greedy.
I was thinking about going to disagree, but I mean, we all need a raise, right?
Yeah.
Right? Can we all agree that like once
like need is
the rest
different
of
than
the
want,
team
but
sees this, you know?
Right, like want, I think a lot of us would be here, but need is
Well, okay, if we're going like desperately need, then I'm gonna go.
Well, I don't think it should be desperate.
Yeah, it depends how you see it. I think that's how I see it.
Okay.
Do you deserve a raise? I think is the kind
Even's
of
moving.
I don't need a raise.
I think you should demand more out of yourself. You work a lot of hours on the weekends sometimes, late into the night sometimes.
I think media companies generally pay their employees less. So if I compare to other media companies, from whatever I've heard, I think we have a pretty decent salary. But yeah, if you compare to the amount of work we put in, the hours we put in, sometimes working weekends, and also a lot of times the emotional labor that goes in the work, which is a lot of it, for especially specific shows or specific time of the year. And then I just think a gradual raise would be good. I'm somebody who just can't ask for a raise, and I think that's my flaw, that I should be more straightforward and should demand what I deserve, because the company is run by people, and of course they'll try to save money if they can, right?
That's right. And it's actually true that this year, at any job, if you didn't get a raise, you got a pay cut because of inflation. So even more reason.
I also think we're all in our 20s, and we're all single. Like, none of us are married, right? So that's why we're more in this range, in the middle. I think if any of us had responsibility of a child or had our own family, we would be on the other side. On the extreme side.
Our company exists in a political bubble. 3, 2, 1.
This is so hard.
as we mentioned, like we are like more left-leaning, but in the very first Spectrum Jubilee episode, we talked about how I feel like important it was for like us to like hire a Trump supporter.
In terms of like thoughts and opinions on things, I think we can be more diverse.
And we need a Trump voter, like you guys were saying.
And maybe we've done that since, maybe we haven't, but if we have, I don't think we've created an environment where that person feels comfortable enough to be vocal in our team about like, yes, I have supported Trump, or yes, I am like more conservative.
Do you guys know a single conservative on our team?
I do know like a current employee who's conservative only because of one of the shows that I was involved in made so the staff had to talk to us about this stuff privately, and they, you know, kind of made a joke about it and said something off the cuff like, oh, well, you know, I'm kind of the black, like the secret black sheep.
I think we try our best to like burst the bubble, and sometimes we do, but then we always catch ourselves getting back into the bubble because we are very left-leaning.
I think it's really naive to
Yeah.
to even consider that we might actually not exist within the political bubble at all.
Yeah.
Because even at the core of who we are as people, all of our unconscious biases are gonna affect the way that we work, and they're always gonna affect the way that we interact with people and the ideas that we come up with.
That's why I'm over here, is because I know we're not exempt. You know, we see it in the content we make.
But a lot of our content is political, so I think that at that point we get people who have different views. But inevitably things would happen since we're so left-leaning that even if we accept someone, their beliefs might come in the way of how we function, so maybe they wouldn't work for the company. For example, I think most of us are very anti-gun, right? But if we hire someone maybe who's pro-gun and brings a gun to the office because they need it for their safety, I think a lot of us will have a problem with that, with someone bringing a gun.
Yeah.
So just by the nature of our work and the side we lean towards, I think we're in our bubble.
Jubilee will still be around in 50 years. 3, 2, 1.
50 years, so we'll be like 75, 70s. Oh no.
Oh no.
I feel like it's gonna be
I mean, I hope Jubilee is still around in 50 years, and I know Jason, our CEO, loves to talk about how Jubilee is a huge movement for empathy, and he has huge ambitions, and us on YouTube is just the very, very start of this movement. I don't know, I guess sometimes it's just discouraging.
I see this being a TV
if you
show,
compare Jubilee right now in terms of views and engagement with our audience, we have grown in subscribers, but at the same time, I feel like our engagement has gone down a good amount.
The idea of Jubilee has only existed for a little more than 10 years by now. It's very hard to guess where we'll be, if we'll be in 50 years. I guess I'm just a little more optimistic.
Who's to say that where we are at is the best that we will ever be?
I mean, Disney, 50 years in, was already making whatever Snow White or whatever Disney movie came out 50 years after they started, so.
Yeah.
So Accepted is no less than Snow White.
Everyone watch Accepted streaming on Amazon Prime and
Apple TV.
That's right, Apple TV.
100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
100. Yeah, great documentary.
Specifically, I actually asked Jason that exact question if he thought Jubilee was going to be around for 50 years. He told me that he wanted to be the Disney of empathy, and I was kind of oh, look at this guy. He's going to be Disney. But then I asked him, how are you able to be so ambitious and think that big? And he told me that one of his friends, who is just I think a coder in college, ended up creating Dropbox. That's his personal friend. And because he saw his friend able to do that, he just thought, well, if my friend can do that, why can't I do that? And it gave me such a valuable lesson about the types of people that you choose to surround yourself with, that once they rise up, you rise up too. So that's why I'm very thankful to be surrounded by such talented people too, that I know will all be successful. So if you guys are gonna do it, I'm gonna do it too.
We'll all be here.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, though.
And we survived the pandemic also, which would have really jolted the company, which it did in a way, but we still passed through that phase. And I think the mission of Jubilee and what it stands for, just the ethos of the company, is here to stay on for pretty long.
Snaps to that, right?
All right, everyone set?
I do it slightly after the person.
3, 2, 1. Beautiful.
Okay,
Man, y'all go ahead and subscribe, turn on notifications. I'll see you on the next video. Ooh.